What is going down, Sourdough Squad? We've made it all the way through the week. The Brock Purdy hive is buzzing and continues to build and continues to thrive. Also, Tom Brady. We heard from Tom Brady and his thoughts about the San Francisco 49ers. We're definitely going to talk about that. It's going to be a good one. You already know what to do. Pull up a seat, drop an SDS in the chat, and let's ride, baby. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see it. What is cracking, everyone? How are we feeling? What are the vibes? Let me know in the chat because this is a very big game coming up for a lot of different reasons. There's some legacy on the line. Tom Brady talked about it. I'll pull up a little snippet from Tom Brady. We'll listen to what he had to say about the San Francisco 49ers. He's very candid and open, and I love it. And I think it makes, just makes this matchup even more fun with Tom Brady returning to the Bay. He's only played here one time, and that was in 2016. And he talked about that a little bit. He talked about how he loved the 49ers. Now he hates the 49ers. So we'll get into it all. But also, the legend of Brock Purdy continues to rise. But before we get into the juicy parts of our conversation today, we did get a little bit of a practice report update. Again, it's Thursday. Friday is the day where it really, really matters for practice updates. The Wednesday and Thursday practices just cause concern. Just like last week when Deebo Samuel practiced in a limited fashion on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday, and we kind of went into a little tizzy fit when on Friday they said he wasn't practicing, and then he came out late. Then he did practice, and he did play. So we are kind of on practice watch right now. We are seeing who's playing and who's not playing, and we got a little bit of we're on caution right now. Our antenna is up, and we are monitoring this situation. But the hope is that with Nick Bosa, who I believe hasn't practiced, this will be the second day in a row that he hasn't practiced, and again, it just has not seen. And the media portion is only the first part of practice where they're doing warm-ups, individual drills. When it comes to team drills and those types of things, the reporters leave. And so we don't know if he did come back out, what it is. But the hope is that Nick Bosa is just taking a mini hibernation break. It does say that this is from Jennifer Lee Chan of NBC Sports Bay Area, reporting that Nick Bosa didn't practice today, or at least wasn't seen at practice, and he is on the injury report with a hamstring injury. So the hope is Nick Bosa doesn't need to practice. We're talking about practice. Nick Bosa does not need to practice. However, we do want to ensure he is available for the game. So tomorrow, what we're all going to be waiting for is what the practice report looks like on Friday. If Nick Bosa can turn in a limited participation on Friday, we are in the clear. We're good to go. Fire up the Nick Bosa stonks. And it's a great time for Nick Bosa. And if you are a Nick Bosa truther, if you are with the SDS and believing that this was going to be a defensive player of the year type campaign for Nick Bosa, as we've discussed heavily in the offseason and throughout the year, we needed that that signature game, right? We've talked about it for a long time, and we got it. We got the 3-sack performance, forced fumble, that was a scoop and score touchdown. We needed it, and as we know, the conversation has picked up. The debate has begun. Is Nick Bosa Defensive Player of the Year? So, that is a good sign for Nick Bosa. The fact that people are actually talking about him, the fact that the NFL accounts are actually posting about him, the fact that the conversation is one that is debated between Micah Parsons and Nick Bosa. So that's a good sign for Nick Bosa in that regard. But also, again, the other players that showed up on the the injury report, but that are playing are Debo Samuel, quad. We talked about what happened last week. Christian McCaffrey was on the injury report last week with a knee. Eric Armstead practicing, and Trent Williams rest. But he was still seen on the field from earlier in the week when he's on a straight up veteran schedule. I don't think he even practices on Wednesday. Doesn't need to. It's Trent Williams. Let the man feast. But back to the conversation about the NFL accounts posting about Nick Bosa. This is what Tom Brady had to say. So the NFL had posted, and I'm glad they are. I'm glad they're at least asking and posing the question so that we can start the debate now with 5 weeks left in the season. Is Nick Bosa the Defensive Player of the Year? He's first in sacks, first in quarterback hits, and tied for second in tackle for losses. Well, Tom Brady had something to say about that. He said, "Be nice Sunday," in the comments. Um, so Tom Brady knows what Nick Bosa can do. And it's time for the rest of the league to wake up. This sounds like a quick squirrel. If you have ordered residency, this seems like a common theme. This isn't the only time this has popped up. Uh, uh, DM my guy Zach King on Instagram. He'll help you out. But with Nick Bosa, we need him. Gotta have him. And if Nick Bosa can get the goat rattled, that will definitely help his case moving forward in the Defensive Player of the Year category. Now, I know we're all biased. We all think Nick Bosa's Defensive Player of the Year. And we talked about this yesterday with Jason Aponte. Yeah, Micah Parsons, good, right? Oh, I got you. Where'd you get the hat? You already know the vibes. And we got I got some merch for you guys today too. I got some merch for you guys. You can use go to residency.com and use the promo code the SF Niners. But I got some merch for you today. But Nick Bosa definitely does look like the 49ers. Nick Bosa is squarely in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, and I think he's going to get it, especially if he can continue the performance that he's continued to put up. Yes, I saw this as well. The 49ers did bring in a defensive tackle for a workout. Fields Yates originally reported it. He was a former second-round draft pick in 2020. I'll be honest. I was like, I don't know who the hell that guy is. So they brought him in, and if they sign him, we'll do a little bit more digging on it. But they did bring him in for a tryout because, as we know, Hassan Ridgeway out 6 to 8 weeks with a pec. So we'll see what the vibes are. But I can tell you this. The vibes around Brock Purdy are legendary, and they're continuing to grow. We had Trent. We talked about it yesterday. Trent Williams, basically talking about how Brock Purdy walks around like he's Peyton Manning, and I don't think he's saying like in the sense that Brock Purdy is being like cocky. I just think Brock Purdy, again, we talk about the leadership, we talk about experience and why experience matters. Just just put yourself in a position of, you're going in for a job interview or whatever. You're looking to get a job yourself, and if you have 4 years of experience doing the thing that you're applying for, and you get an opportunity to take over that job, you're probably gonna have some confidence, much more so than someone who's still trying to figure it out and doesn't have that type of experience, doesn't have the type of working experience. Like, school is cool and all, like being able to get a degree and do all that type of stuff, but going into the trenches of whatever you're trying to do and having real life experience is always going to, in my opinion, trump, you know, just someone who, let's face it, doesn't have the experience. So I think that's what you're seeing is Brock Purdy is a guy who's started 4 years in college. It's been discussed heavily, but you're seeing the intangible qualities that come along with starting for 4 years in college. Being the guy from a freshman, being the guy as a sophomore, being the guy as a junior and a senior. And I mean, when you're rocking as a junior and a senior, you know what it is. You are quarterback one. You are the leader of basically that college program. So coming in, watching how Jimmy leads, and again, we talk about it all the time. One of Jimmy's best traits is his leadership qualities. So not only does he have the experience of leading, but he's also been able to sit back and just kind of watch a little bit. And now that he has the opportunity, Brandon Ayuk spoke about this. He's got a role, and his role is to lead this football team. Let me see if this audio works. This is what Brandon Ayuk said yesterday about Brock Purdy. He went on 95.7 The Game with Damon and Ratto, and they asked Brandon Ayuk about the Trent Williams quote. And if you missed the Trent Williams quote, this is from Bridget Condon, and Trent Williams told her that in regards to Brock Purdy, he said, "You would think he's been in the league for 15 years. If you're talking, he'll shut your ass up. He ain't no timid rookie feeling his way around. He will get on your ass. You would think he's like Peyton Manning or something." And again, I don't believe Trent is saying that like he thinks he's the best quarterback in the world and he's cocky and he's just, strutting around. I don't think that's what it is. I think it's like he knows what it takes to be a leader in a locker room. He knows what it takes to command a huddle, command a group of alpha athletes. This isn't new to him. And let's listen to what Brandon Ayuk had to say on the matter.
Purdy sound like he is a first ballot Hall of Famer just in the huddle.
Oh yeah, for sure. We even today was pretty funny. We had we're kind of joking around, having a little fun during the walkthrough, and he's like, all right, yeah, like y'all tighten up, let's go. Like we're trying to get the situation. Everybody looking around like, okay. So we like that about him. We respect it about him. We love that he's able to, no matter what his situation is, he demands everybody's attention and demands the best when we're out there. So we definitely respect that.
The first time he did that, how surprised was everybody else in the huddle? Because normally a guy with his resume has to talk with a whisper to start with, and it sounds like he did not.
No, not at all. And you want that from your quarterback. Like I said, no matter what his situation is, he understands what the importance of his role right now, and that it is his role right now. We could all respect however way he feels fit to lead that role and to play that role.
Brandon Ayuk here on Damon and Ratto. Pleasure to have him on today. Does Brock Purdy sound?
So you heard it from Brandon Ayuk. You've heard it from Trent Williams. And again, when people throw around, the experience, and why it's valuable, that's why it's valuable, because he's a rookie. Rookies, they're not like this. I think we can honestly say, and this isn't shade at all, I don't think this is like what Trey Lance is like. I think Trey Lance he's very young. He only had 1 year starting, and that was it. And so he's trying to learn the process. Like this, Brock Purdy's he's done it for 4 years. Like this isn't new to him. So that's what I think they're talking about. And again, that's not a shot at Trey. And I think when we talk about the contrasting comparisons, because everyone wants to compare the quarterbacks, when you talk about experience, like these are the things that we're referencing: being able to communicate, talk in the huddle, do these things, and command. Like, he knows what it takes, and he's not afraid. And the players are like, look at this. He's the quarterback. His role is to be the leader, and he's taking charge. We can absolutely respect that. Like, we don't care that he's a rookie. He's putting his big boy pants on, and he's leading us. That's what we need. That's the role of the quarterback. And so they're like, all right, like, let's go. We got some work to do. And that builds confidence. And that type of confidence in practice will translate to Sundays on the field. So again, these are great things that we're continuing to hear about Brock Purdy, man. It's unbelievable. So I guess on that would be a fitting transition to finally let you guys know that we got some merch. I told you we had some things in the works, and listen, you guys know how hyped I was doing that film breakdown. Like, I'm a believer. You're continuing to hear the way they talk about him, his personality, and we saw it on tape. Again, 1 game sample size. So there's still a lot of proof in the pudding that needs to be shown, but I felt so moved by Brock Purdy's performance that it was time already that we need to get some merch going. So we've got your official big I haven't said it yet on live, so bear with me. Hopefully I don't get banned. We got our official Big Cock Brock gear. So if you want, and again, if you want to hold on purchasing the gear, that is fine. But if this man beats Tom Brady, the GOAT, it'll be right here for you. It'll be right here for you, because I guarantee you, if Brock Purdy and the San Francisco 49ers can take care of business against the GOAT, the legend of Brock Purdy will be insane. So it's here. If you want to get a head start, or there's actually a lot of people who have gotten their head start on getting some Brock Purdy merch. So if you want to, feel free, no pressure. We also got a little promo code if you want to get a discount on it. I'll drop the link in the chat, dropping it now. So if you do want to get your Brock Purdy merch, you want to be ahead of the curve and be ready to rock it for Thursday Night Football, because it's going to be a quick turn after Sunday. And Brock Purdy's the quarterback from here on out. Like Kyle Shanahan basically said, like, he's already said no to Trey Lance, and he basically was like, I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be returning either. So it's Brock Purdy from here on out. So, hey, you want to be ahead of the curve? I got you. So we got the BCB gear already. Yeah, we'll get the SDS shirts up too. I got those in the hopper as well. But again, if you want to go, I got my little merch store. You use the early bird promo code to get 5% off. We got women's gear. We've got, of course, men's gear. I still got the All Pro Fred gear, and then we got stickers. You got all the different types of colors. So, and then we got multiple options as well. We got the hat. I want to get the hat. The hat's sick. Little embroidered rooster with a 13 on it. Like, come on, what are we talking about here? That looks kind of fire, not gonna lie. This has actually been moving. There's been a lot of orders for these already. And I'm going to get one as well. And then we just got the standard, the BCB. Look at the gang. I'm gonna get one of these sweatshirts too. I don't know what color I'm gonna get. Probably gonna get a black. Probably gonna get a black one, but the white ones look clean too. So I don't know. But this is our guy. Yep. Well, because we see, and again, the link is right here. It's in the chat. Oh, I don't have Facebook linked. That's why. Now it's in all the links. So this is our quarterback for the rest of the season. And again, if he can beat Tom Brady, it's here for you. You don't have to do it now. Don't feel pressured. But if you do want that gear for that Thursday night football game against Seattle, just saying, it's ready for you. And it's actually linked, I think, on my YouTube as well. But my website has all my stuff turned backwards. It's really interesting. So, anyways, shameless plug. We did it. Merch. And this will be more merch. We'll get SDS merch up. And we'll continue to really try to keep a stream of merch together. But hey, the hive is buzzing, man. You know the vibes. You saw the tape. You saw the film breakdown. It wasn't. That wasn't luck stuff, man. That felt real. And we'll see if he can stack another one. Kashigot says Brock is like Jimmy when he first signed with us and won the 5 games. Then the league figured him out. We'll find out, because let's face it, the Dolphins threw so many blitzes at him. They threw so much pressure at him. What tape? Like, if you look at his tape, he was, there was so much eye manipulation with the defense. There were things that no amount of tape study is going to change anything. He's still going to be able to manipulate defenses with his eyes. He's still going to be able to hold linebackers because they're keying on him. And so he understands that, and he's going to be able to hold them with their eyes. If they don't, he clearly has in mind to be able to process multiple facets of the passing game. So we'll see. And with Jimmy, I don't think it was they figured him out. I think it was there's something else going on. But oh, let's go. It is fire. I'm getting my gear too. So I'll be in Seattle on Thursday. So I'm gonna be rocking my Brock Purdy gear on Thursday, up in enemy territory. Best believe it. Best believe it. We rocking BCB in enemy territory. So it's happening. Let's listen to the GOAT. I got a little clip. We can listen to Tom Brady talk about this matchup. And how he's feeling about it. Let's pull it up. Here. And we'll get it up.
California kid. And
I'll restart it. And we're going to restart it one more time. Tom Slady talking about being a 49er fan and what that meant to him. What is going on with the page? All right.
Myself, a California kid, and grew up obviously loving Joe Montana and Steve Young and going to the 49er games. That's where I fell in love with football. You know, I was lucky to grow up in the Bay Area at that time. It was just a great time. There was so many great players, a great era of football. And I loved the 49ers. I loved them through college. And then when they skipped over me 6 times, I started hating the 49ers. And that's just the way it went down. You know, I always consider.
So you heard it. I think it's a phenomenal soundbite. I actually posted the full clip to my YouTube page where he was talking about the 49ers and, you know, him coming back, never getting to play in Candlestick because he used to go to all the games at Candlestick with his parents and his sister. And he always wanted to play the 49ers, or he always wanted to play in Candlestick, but the year that they were going to, that was the year he tore his ACL, so he never got the opportunity. And then he was able to play in Santa Clara against Chip Kelly in 2016. And he said it was like a home game. Said so many friends and family were there, and it was a cool experience. So he's looking forward to coming back to the Bay and all that type of stuff. But I did love the candid nature of him talking about like the 49ers passing on him 6 times and how he loved the 49ers. He loved them in college, and now he hates them. So I wonder if that is going to play into anything about we're going to be hit with Tom Brady rumors this offseason. It's going to happen. It's for sure going to happen. So we'll see. We'll see if that holds weight, if he would put that to the side to finish his career with his hometown team. You know, coming back home, especially considering the circumstances with his own personal life, which is kind of crazy right now. But hey, we'll see. I think this game's going to be a lot of fun. I imagine it's the GOAT. He's one of the most competitive players to ever, step foot on a field. Clearly, he's 45 and still competing at a high level. The Bucs haven't performed, I think, at a level that I think we all anticipated at the beginning of the year. But we saw what they were able to do in a hurry against the New Orleans Saints just last week. And he was able to score 2 touchdowns to win the game in like 3 minutes. After not being able to get anything going for the entirety of the game. So, Kyle knows Tom well. Just bring up the 28-3 experience to Kyle. He knows Tom well. So I think this game's going to be a very competitive matchup. I think they have talent on both sides of the field and all that type of stuff. So we'll see. Kyle talked about him this week as well. Kyle called him the GOAT. He said like he's still playing like the GOAT. He's just the best when it comes to understanding what the play requires, how to do things within the play. Like he's just obviously has so much experience at being able to read defenses and pick apart defenses. So we need Nick Bosa. Hopefully Nick Bosa's out there playing for the 49ers because it would be unfortunate if he wasn't. But thankfully, Eric Armstead's back, and the defense is playing really well as a whole. I still have not watched the defensive tape, and I keep convincing myself that I need to because I just need to get a better feel for the defense. It's too hard when you're watching in person. You get a better idea of the game flow in person more so than like individual performances, just because you're vibing out at the game. But I still think I need to watch the defense play against the Dolphins just so I can have a better idea of what the 49ers are going to be up against moving forward. But it's going to be a wild matchup, man. So I'm going to be at this game this weekend. I have to go. You know, could be the last opportunity that I have to ever get to watch Tom Brady in person. I've never watched Tom Brady. I'll say this: I've gotten to watch both Manning brothers play. When I was going to the Academy of Art in San Francisco, I don't know if you guys in the Bay Area know who Joe Fonzie is. He is a sports reporter for one of the local news stations. And so like at my school is an art school and I studied multimedia communications. So one of the classes was a sports broadcasting class. And the cool thing about it is that the teacher was Joe Fonzie. So for our final, our final was to go to, he took us to a It was Raiders versus Broncos. And that's when Peyton Manning was still playing. And our final was to do play-by-play. Like we were sitting there with our camera and we were just supposed to do live play-by-play. We made our play sheets with all the names and the positions, and the final was to do play-by-play at a live game. And I got to watch not Tom Brady. I got to watch Peyton Manning. And seeing Peyton Manning in person, obviously watched Peyton Manning on television growing up my whole life because he played in my era of when I was like really getting interested in football, and it was him and Tom, right? Getting to watch Peyton Manning in person, you're like, oh, that's what an elite quarterback looks like. I mean, just the way and the angles that I had, like you could see how he was seeing the field and just picking them apart. And it was the Raiders, kind of trash. So, but it was a cool experience getting to actually watch Peyton Manning play because it was just at a different level than anyone else was playing at the time. And it was apparent in person. You're like, oh, like he's just different. So I'm excited to go see Tom Brady. I'm looking forward to that similar type of experience where he's going to make those throws. You're gonna get to see Julio Jones, legend. So I'm looking forward to it. The Bucs have talent. They just haven't been able to put it together. I think part of that has to do with the injuries they've sustained to the offensive line. And that as we know, if you have injuries on the offensive line or your offensive line just isn't playing well, it's gonna pop up. Certain things are going to happen, and all that type of stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do prediction Friday. So save your predictions for tomorrow. This is the warm up into prediction Friday. So save those for tomorrow. We're gonna do score predictions, offensive, defensive players of the game, and all that good stuff. So save it. Don't let it go just yet. So I think it's going to be a great matchup. And I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see what type of version of the Bucs that we get. What type of version of Tom Brady do we get? So looking forward to that. Do the Rams play tonight? Is that who's the third Thursday night football? Is Baker gonna play? I would love to see Baker. So it's the Raiders versus the Rams tonight. I mean, if we're being honest, the Raiders should mop the Rams. But if the Rams somehow come away, I would love the Rams to win this game because the Rams have literally nothing to play for. Literally nothing. So there's no chance of anything happening. And the 49ers play the Raiders in week 17. So if you can keep chipping away at the Raiders and stealing their soul, they're not going to, maybe week 17, they're playing backups and seeing who they have for the future and just giving the 49ers another opportunity to come away with a W. It's a weird week for fantasy football if you guys play fantasy. Because there's so many buys. I think there's 6 teams on buy this week. So some of us are digging deep into the bench to try to find someone who can perform. But it is what it is. Who do you guys want to win? Who do you guys want to win? I hate both these teams. I definitely hate the Raiders more than I like the Rams. Some of my best friends are Raider fans. So if you don't know how to talk that talk with the Raiders, man, you better come prepared. That it was hilarious. I knew, like, I took pride in knowing the Raiders team better than my Raider fan friends because anytime they would try to talk trash on the 49ers, because let's face it, the 49ers weren't that good for a certain stretch, but neither were the Raiders. So I knew everything about the Raiders and I would just use that ammunition to just pop them. And I loved that. That back and forth was a lot of fun. It doesn't have the same weight anymore since they moved, which kind of sucks, but it's still the Raiders. I don't like the Raiders, man. Don't like the Raiders. My parents tried to convert me to Raiderism, and I said no. Nope. Not gonna happen. You can't do it. I refuse to be a Raider fan. Can't do it. But again, the reason why I want the Rams to beat the Raiders is because I don't want the Raiders to have like any semblance of like playoff hopes when the 49ers play. I just want them to lay down. Just lay down on January 1st and get wrecked by the Niners. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. Imagine marrying into a Dallas Cowboy family. Well, I'm sure you had a phenomenal time last year. You currently own the bragging rights over your Dallas Cowboy family members, so that's a good thing. That's good so far. It would have been better if 49ers actually went all the way, but we'll see. We'll see. So Brock Purdy's going to be speaking here pretty soon. So we have D'Amico Ryans is speaking right now. So shout out to you guys for vibing with me. But we'll definitely cut it before Brock Purdy goes, so we can all make the great migration over to the 49ers YouTube channel, and we'll listen to what Brock Purdy has to say, because he'll be speaking to the media for the first time as quarterback one. Normally today is like a Jimmy day where we listen to Jimmy talk, but it's going to be Brock Purdy today. D'Amico Ryans. Oh, did he provide an update? D'Amico Ryans on Nick Bosa says, working his way back in, doing good. He's definitely playing his best right now. If you talk about guy effect game, he's best in the league. If it isn't Bosa, I don't know who else it should be. He put our defense in a position it's in. So D'Amico Ryans is talking about Nick Bosa being the defensive player of the year. Clearly, D'Amico Ryans feels that it should be. So I don't think any of us disagree either. Not one bit. And if Nick Bosa has his way with Tom Brady, you already know it's just going to continue to push the defensive player of the year for Nick Bosa agenda further, which is what we're here for. We are this, the SDS is prominent in the Nick Bosa defensive player of the year agenda. We take pride in pushing that agenda, and we will continue to push that agenda. It is going to happen for sure. Is Don Burr in here? I didn't see him, but if he is, shout out Don Burr. Shout out. Hey Zeus, thank you so much, man. He says, Brad, you hit 50K. So proud of you. Appreciate you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of all you guys. Like, I didn't sub to my channel. You guys subbed to my channel. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for 50K. Wild. A little late based on my goals, but my goals had dramatically changed after the last playoffs. But I'm very happy. Still very happy. And I don't think we're done yet. We got a ways to go. So shout out to all the SDS. I appreciate you all showing me love, but show yourself some love. Little round of applause for the SDS. That's you guys. That's not me. That's you. So I appreciate you for 50K. Y'all, every one of you. Legends. The Sourdough Squad Elite. You guys are the best. Whew. So let's see. We're pretty close. to Brock the Glock Purdy. Chris Forster's up now. So we're close. All right. So it's about that time. We are going to get ready to make the great migration over again. Shout out to all the SDS for hopping in. Forster's speaking right now. Let's do it. We don't need to go crazy long today. Tomorrow is Prediction Friday, so we're doing score predictions. We're doing our offense and defensive player of the game predictions. Our bold takes. We're going to do that all on Prediction Friday tomorrow. So save it. Don't want to see those score predictions just yet. Save them for tomorrow. I'll see you guys over there on the 49ers YouTube channel, seeing what Brock the Glock Purdy's got to say. So appreciate all you guys as always tapping in. You smash that like button on your way out. I'll appreciate it even more. If you haven't subbed, you already know the vibes. What are you doing? Hit that sub button. And always hit the noti bell. And again, if you're having issues with the noti bell, I said maybe like unnotify, reload, and then notify again. It's been a common theme. We'll see. But shout out to the SDS. I'll see you guys over there in a little bit. We got some stuff to talk about. Let's go. Peace. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Love to see